adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. This is Loveline. Loveline. With Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician and an addiction medicine specialist.
Hey, buddy.
And, And it warms my heart to welcome back to the show from Duran Duran, Simon LeBon.
Hello, good evening.
Great to see you.
Hello, good evening, Adam,
Simon.
and all the listeners of Lovelines.
Oh,
One of my favorite shows, I have to say.
Oh, really? Well, we're so happy to have you back, and it was a surprise.
Yeah.
Because as of last night, of course, I would have dutifully told everyone that Simon was coming on had I known last night, but it was a last-minute thing, and we're very excited to have him. Simon brought lovely red wine.
Have you only got one glass, though?
Have you ever seen a wine glass at Carolla?
One glass.
She must have run out to Pottery Barn.
Yeah.
And look, it's got a little curly bit of glass around it as well. That is a cocktail wine glass, that is. I'll
tell you, I'd like to take a cue from the brothers who have the diamond-studded chalice that they carry around, which is, I learned this from Bishop Don Magic Juan, who's basically, who is he? Snoop Dogg's pimp. Yeah, he has a chalice.
Spiritual advisor, how dare you?
Yeah. Yeah, see, white guys, we have sports bottles, and we just look ridiculous squirting plastic stuff into our mouth. They have a chalice, and I think it goes nicely. And also, I think the cops sort of look the other way when you have a chalice full of champagne. You're allowed to drive with it, as opposed to an open beer or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So, Drew, are you trying to read something, by the way?
Yes, I'm trying to remind you that we have this iPod Shuffle thing going on all week, and we're giving away an iPod Shuffle and 20 free songs from iTunes. Listen tonight for Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day, and when you hear that being played as a bumper, as an intro to a segment, dial 1-800-LOVE-191. Be the first person to say iPod Shuffle, and you win.
Yeah, well, it's an interesting point. We can ask Simon about that. And Durant. Now, is there money to be made downloading Duran Duran songs for you guys? Drew's urinating in the studio. Oh, thank you. That's lovely.
Is there money to be made from downloading for the bands? Do you know what? I don't know.
Is there money to be lost? Have you felt? I mean, a lot of bands feel
they're getting control over it.
Like they got crunched by it, or now the only money they can make is live gigs and that kind of stuff.
I think for us, I mean, the live gig was always the most important thing for us anyway.
Right.
We love making records. We love having that. We love having them on the radio. We love getting paid for making music. But the live show has always been that's always been the thing
that's lovely.
That focuses the whole band.
The live show.
The live show. Yes.
Yeah, it seems like whenever a band goes into the studio, they just fight. And then when they're on stage, everything is right again.
That's not far from the truth, actually.
I'm trying to think. It's sort of it's equivalent to a vacation with a couple where all the travel's all about fighting. It's all about yelling at each other in airports and screaming you're late, what you're doing, and what's going on. But then once you get there, it's all about screwing and drinking and relaxing. I'd say I'd say the flight there is basically the in-studio stuff with the band, and then you get out on stage. Now it's time to put your slippers on and your sarong and get down
on the stage.
Yeah,
I'm afraid Nick Rhodes will not let anybody go on stage in slippers and a sarong. Unfortunately, and I've had the urge. I've had the urge many times, but unfortunately not.
Do you what mixture of old and new are you guys playing now?
Well, I think we're probably playing a third. How many songs? 18, 20 songs. About 6 of them are new.
Do you mix it up much from city to city?
Yeah, we do actually. We change the set around, but we also we don't put all the new ones in one big lump. And what we found is, we've built a real show dynamic. That's one of the most difficult things to do when you're actually designing a show is to find the dynamic and the pacing of it, and get the right songs in the right order. You don't have 4 songs in D minor sort of back to back because it gets boring. But then you don't want to have a slow song followed by a fast song, followed by a slow song followed by a fast song. You have to give it a dynamic, and it takes a little bit of time to fine tune it, and we've really got it down now.
Wait, and I'd imagine too. I think I've found my age, people I know, it's now okay to be into Duran Duran as a dude.
Cool now.
Yeah. See, when Duran Duran was setting sales records in 1980.
84.
No, that's just T-shirts, though.
Yeah. Whenever they were doing it, all the guys I was hanging around with who were 20 or 19 or whatever were like, they couldn't admit to being into Duran Duran because, people thought they were Quimby. But now it's just nostalgic. They're into it. And actually, they go back and admit they were into it back then.
Yeah,
they just had to do it sort of,
they
had to do it in a closeted way. Yeah.
I'm really not keen on the nostalgia tag, I have to tell you.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
What is but everyone in the audience, or is everyone in the audience, how many of them are fans that were there when you got there, and how many are newer fans?
It's very difficult to tell. You got to feel for it. I think that the majority is people who we've got up over the years. I mean, we've been going for 25 years nearly.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of time to pick up some friends along the way, and we get people who are, some people are there since the beginning.
Right.
And they say to us, "Oh, I didn't like the Notorious album." And then some people come there because they got into it at Notorious. Some people got into us in 1993 with the Wedding album,
Right.
So we've got this kind of span there, and then there's people who've got into us into this record, and that's great to have that.
And
there's kids as well. We had at the Staples Centre on a Saturday night, which was an amazing show, and it's the best audience ever.
Really?
Ever. The best audience I've ever had. I heard that the Staples Centre usually... Yeah,
25 years.
In 25 years, we felt that was the best show and the best audience we've ever had.
Wow.
Absolutely. John and I,
incredible.
on the night, we said that's the best show of the tour. But a day later, we were able to evaluate it realistically, sort of a little bit more clear-headedly, and we thought that's the best show we've ever done.
Well, because the thing about the Los Angeles crowd is they usually get a rap for being kind of industry and standoffish and everything.
They're never like that for us, though. We've never, ever had an ambivalent LA crowd, ever. There's been passion all the way.
It's interesting because maybe the pretentious crowd, like, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of how it goes. Like, maybe if you go see Amy Mann, you have to cross your arms and pretend you're too cool for the room. But if you go to Duran Duran, you got to stand up and jump around and make an ass of yourself.
Right.
In a good way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
In a good way.
I'm trying to think.
Everyone on stages, so why not do it yourself,
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think if there are bands that are more, like, what you really don't want is a cool, super cool bohemian group up there that may be digging the hell out of it, but is so self-conscious they don't want to move around.
Right.
Yeah.
I think we've just got that self-consciousness out of our audience, and we've had some great shows here, and we've always given them a good time. We've always said, yeah, come on, give something back. We've always encouraged people to kind of be part of the show by singing with some of the songs, by making a lot of noise, by dancing.
Right. And
Duran Duran's a party band. We're a party dance band, and people, and finally, that's okay.
Man,
that's not anything to be embarrassed about.
Drew's been saying that as far as his medical practice goes for years. He's a party dance doctor.
Yeah.
He doesn't want people sitting down. No chairs in the waiting room, by the way, just a disco ball.
But some monster grooves coming out of the machine,
All Duran Duran, though.
Oh, those old Jews can really cut a rug. I'll tell you, it is awesome. I've been there. It's an experience. They're all on GHB. A lot of robo-tripping going on.
Yeah, but they're happy.
It's awesome. So we're going to take some calls, but when was the last tour you did before this tour?
Well, we had a big tour in the UK in 2004.
But you didn't get out here?
No. The last tour this lineup has done.
Right.
The original five members. Yes, the 5 members of Duran Duran.
I see 4 names here.
Warren?
No, Warren's not with us.
He was a missing person.
He's a missing person, yeah. And Warren, and I'd like to just say hi to Warren as well, because I know he listens to the show.
Oh, yeah. I bet his shirt's off right now.
And he's a great guy.
John's been on the show a bunch of times. We haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah. Yeah,
and he's a really big part of Duran Duran as well. I mean, it's part of the history and everything. But anyway.
Yeah.
It's Simon.
Right.
John Taylor. Andy Taylor, Roger Taylor, the drummer, and Nick Rhodes, who plays keyboards. John plays bass, Andy plays guitar. I sing.
Aha.
Matt.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. You ready to take some phone calls?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Drew, you got this one?
Yeah.
Katie over here?
Yeah.
Katie.
Hi.
You're 19?
No, I'm 18.
Yeah, it said that. I just figured you'd been on hold for a while.
Yeah, I have.
What's up?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering, is it abnormal for a woman my age to have 500 orgasms?
In one sitting?
Well, total, like, I would say
In your
5.
lifetime?
Yes.
If 500, you're counting, you're cataloging them?
Yes.
In your lifetime?
You're now
No.
500.
I mean, like with my current boyfriend.
Let's make it simple for us.
Okay.
When was the last time you had sex with your boyfriend?
Saturday.
Did you have intercourse with him?
Yes.
Did you have orgasm during intercourse?
Yes.
How many times?
I'd say...
Okay. Don't answer that. You're
multiple times.
You're one of those women that has multiple orgasms, sequential multiple orgasms, and that's it. You're one of those lucky few. There's
there's another name for that. Lucky you.
Yeah, a few percentage of women can do this, and you don't have something called persistent sexual arousal, though, where you're sort of orgasming all day long, do you?
No.
Yeah, because that can sometimes happen to your situations where you get overstimulated, over-irritated, and you can kind of be walking around having orgasms, and those women kind of experience that as uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, he can make me have orgasms with pressure points, so...
On your body?
Yes.
No.
Good times. Well, I thought you meant on her vagina or something.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well, it's still on her body, technically.
Yeah.
Although I don't look at the vagina
How
as
dare
part
you?
of the
course. By the way, I rebuilt the vagina today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Kind of like rebuilding a car.
Well, hold on a second. We got to.
And I was in San Antonio. I was right next door.
We got to get into the vagioplasty that Drew was doing earlier today.
By the way, I'm totally persuaded. Totally persuaded.
Well, hold on a second before you start talking about the virtues of that. I just want to make sure that, are you right at 500?
Yes.
I mean, or you're like 509 or 487?
No.
And did you give... no, you passed it.
Yes. Now I have.
Okay. And did you give him a prize for being the 500 orgasm through the door?
Well, of course. Any good girlfriend would.
All right. So you're super multi-orgasmic.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's good times.
And I've talked to lots of women, and apparently I'm like the only one that can do that. So.
Right. It's a relatively rare thing.
Yeah.
Don't ever expect your friends to do this. You know what I mean? You can't convert somebody into this, nor will you revert to what they're dealing with.
Yeah.
It's a
but listen, stop bragging about it. It gets obnoxious. It's like you're sitting in a room with chicks who are shaped like pears, and you're going, I eat whatever I want. It just melts off. Someone's gonna take a lamp and go upside your head. It really angers women to do this, and I don't want you around any woman I've ever been with either. Mm-hmm. I don't need that kind of stress. The point is, this is good. You're gifted. I don't know. I'm not sure if God had a hand in this or not, but my God would have.
Yeah, indeed he would have.
All right, so Drew, you rebuilt a vagina
today? So I did
today?
laser vaginoplasty.
Yeah, how's that work?
Well, that as you have lots of babies, the vagina kind of stretches, particularly down in through here, down in the bottom part, and also you can get the bladder dropping in or the rectum falling in.
Right. So it just looks like a bloodhound.
Yes. It just
sort of like the jowls of a bloodhound.
Hang on, are we talking inside or outside?
Well, the outside gets stretched out, and the inside falls in. For both the rectum comes in, the vagina. And now this woman, the repair I did was just the posterior, just the rectum. So you cut all that off and sew it all back, and then they.
Simon, if you're ever with someone older than 19, you would know that this is a phenomenon that goes on.
Well, I've been married for 19 years,
but she was 4 months when you met her. That's what I'm saying.
You literally cut all this off here, cut all this stuff off, and just sew it back together.
All right, so you cut, again, if we're going back to the bloodhound analogy.
You cut all the extra jowls off and sew it up so they have a nice new chin.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a remarkable how well it all comes together.
And you say laser.
Well, the laser is just instead of the knife because it doesn't cause as much trauma. The bleeding's easier to control and stuff.
Right. So it cauterizes as it cuts,
it cauterizes, sort of. Instead of with heat, with light.
And it actually will... I mean, if you took this laser and you just took a piece of flank steak and went across it would just make it into two pieces?
It would start making little tiny cuts through it. You'd have to go over and over it, but it would eventually cut through it, yeah.
Is that how they do it?
Yeah, you go up and down through it.
And...
then it cuts off tissue.
Does it smell?
A little like burning flesh, yeah. It's good times.
All right.
Burning vagina.
Burning vagina.
It's a little special smell.
Yeah, I mean you got a lot of things working there.
Yeah, you do.
So it cuts it off, and then what? What's the next move?
Well, you're taking away all the floor of the vagina there and sewing it back together, and then also taking a vagina that's sort of open and sewing it back like this. So it starts like this, like a sort of a what do you call that? An oval
arrowhead.
Oval, with a little sort of arrowhead,
ovoid,
and it ends up slit-like. You bring it together.
You're sucking it back in a little bit. Nice.
Amazing, remarkable.
Really?
And remember, we one time had a guy that was doing it out here, and there was a guy arguing with him about it on our show. Remember,
saying he shouldn't do it.
Well, just saying, they're better to make women so upset about that part of their body. But these women, I interviewed a number of women, and after babies, they get really freaked out about what they look like down there, and their husbands were confused, like, "Hey, it's fine, it's cool, relax." Right. And then they get angry. It's ugly. How dare you? You don't know how I feel.
Yeah,
and then they don't want to have sex.
Eventually, the husband puts his foot in his mouth, like, "I'm thinking of my old girlfriend anyway, sweetie. I don't care if I'm humping a sack of flour. I'm not here. I'm a million miles away."
But it's interesting how and the stress urine, the orgasmic incontinence is related to all this.
Is it really?
And they can repair that too. Yeah.
How do they repair that?
They just pull the bladder back up. So if the bladder neck is normally like 45 degrees, if it starts, it's sort of like this. If it starts heading towards Mecca, directly towards the floor, the urine's coming out.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So they just change the angle and the dangle.
Yeah, support it.
Bladder neck, not a bad name for a punk band either.
I was going to say, that was
diffuser.
Yeah. Opening for Duran Duran, Bladder Neck. Please welcome to the stage, Bladder Neck.
It was really, because I was...
Prepare to be rocked by Bladder Neck. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Followed by the calculi. And this woman had a sort of normal-looking vagina, but it was what we call patulous or relaxed. And I didn't make anything, to me it was like, whatever,
Yeah.
But when this woman was finished, the surgeon was finished, it looked just spectacular. It was amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
Like a CD player in your car. Wow. And Drew, what if is there the danger of making it too snug?
Yes, in fact,
that's what happens in female circumcision in Africa, isn't it?
They actually sew the vagina up. They actually sew it up there, but
we can't judge.
It's all good.
By the way,
I'm not judging. Good. I just said it's horrible.
Yeah,
well, that's not judgmental.
That is. It's impossible to judge other cultures. I've learned that from living in this country. There'll be no judging. I don't care if you want to kill someone by throwing rocks at them or sew your girl's vagina shut. No judging.
Well, this surgeon was saying that she'd had some women come to her because of sort of a mismatch where the woman wasn't feeling enough, but the boyfriend wasn't feeling enough, and so she would tighten things down a little bit with the warning that, hey, next guy, there might be a misfit in the other direction now.
Right.
And that's a surgery I'm not too
So was the woman conscious?
No, it was general anesthesia.
It's
a good size surgery. There's a lot of trauma.
Not for her, for you. You know what I mean? Standing around, she's eyeballing you.
Yeah, the camera's going and everything.
The camera's going, hey, I remember you from MTV. Yeah. I'm getting weird. Oh, wife's on the phone. Hello? I can't. No, I'm working on vagina. I'll call you in the cab.
Phew.
Yeah. All right. So, Drew, learning 20 years in the medical profession and learning something new every day.
Well, this Discovery Helping is sending me around, and prepare yourself. I'm getting sent all over the country with this damn thing.
Right.
I got to talk.
And will you be performing these operations yourself?
I'm not going. No. I'm sort of assisting and watching and learning about them and stuff. Right. So, but I'm persuaded that that's a good thing for some people, which I was very skeptical about.
What do you mean it's a good thing for some people?
I mean,
they like you there?
No, it's a good... No. I mean, this particular surgery, meaning the lip reduction and the vaginoplasty, and they put a hymen back in some of these women, and that was... We could talk about that. It's a little different thing. That I'm not so into.
That is moral issues, isn't it?
Well, what the surgeon was saying, again, like, well, if the woman's going to get killed by her family if she doesn't have a hymen, I'm going to put the hymen back in. All right. Sure. But then I interviewed a woman who goes, well, I wasn't a virgin when we got married, and I just want to give that to him. And the husband's like, huh? What?
Yeah.
Give what? Huh?
My sister had that surgery, but she had 3 hymens put in because she figured she would be with a couple guys before she got married.
So you got to make up for it.
Yeah, just burn a few hymens. You know what I mean? Like if I was going to do the surgery, I'd be like, put 2 in.
Put extra in, right?
And put an extra in. I'll burn through that one. We got a long weekend coming up, and then I'll have my backup hymen. It's called redundancy. They use it in aircraft manufacturing all the time. It's a safer way to go. Yeah, I'm just saying, as long as you're going under the gamma knife, go ahead and put 3 or 4 hymens in there. Put one in the belly button too.
Why not?
Yeah, just keep putting them in.
Doing aircraft.
I've got a question.
Engines.
Doing ear.
I had a question with this was it vaginoplasty?
Yes.
Yeah. Does it? What if a woman becomes pregnant and will it affect the possibility of childbirth?
Well, this is really done
Kid
to
comes out like Gumby, flat,
like Play-Doh, actually.
Yeah,
you
it's extruded. Looks like a playing card,
or a star, whatever you want. Yeah,
yeah. You can go ahead and put whatever shape you like on it.
And this is to be done to women who are done bearing children.
Drew,
as a consequence of childbearing, they get this.
I like a penne pasta shape myself.
Penne little tube.
Yeah, the kids come out in a tube shape. We use them as a trash can later. All right,
that's the Irish spaghetti, isn't it? Rigatoni.
Rigatoni, yeah. No, it's Italian, as we like to say. Jason?
Yes.
You're 29?
Yes.
What's up?
Well, I have been using Cialis and Levitra, not together, but separately, recreationally at times.
Viagra. It's a short-acting and a long-acting Viagra.
Right.
Yeah.
And without it, I've noticed when I haven't used it, I have some problems, getting it up and keeping it up.
How often are you using it?
Worse than when, huh?
How often are you using these?
Like maybe twice a week.
And how long have you been doing this for?
3 or 4 months.
And are you on a medication?
I'm taking Suboxone, that's it.
Oh, well, that's why you can't. That's methadone, basically. It's a short-acting methadone.
Oh, really?
So that's why you can't get it. Yeah, you're an opiate addict. That's why you can't get erections.
Right.
So,
I'm in
go.
recovery, yeah.
Well, Suboxone is not in recovery. Suboxone is a replacement therapy.
Well, you don't look at methadone as recovery?
No, it's a kind of treatment, but it's not recovery. It's a replacement. It's a harm avoidance treatment.
Right.
Recovery is drug-free completely.
Right.
Right.
Other things are harm reduction, harm avoidance kinds of interventions. So if you want to get in recovery and you want to regain your... This is why I don't like Suboxone and methadone, these things, that there's always consequences.
Now,
let's put it this way.
Is that a newer version of methadone?
It's buprenorphine. No, it's Buprenex. It's
well, you don't hear about it that much.
Oh, yeah.
Naloxone and buprenorphine.
Just buprenorphine. It's
all right.
It's this new...
People get strung out on this stuff, and it just becomes...
And it's harder to get off than heroin.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Now, why is it harder to get off than heroin?
Because it's a partial antagonist and has all kinds of special pharmacology that's supposed to make it good for you. But the fact is, if you're on an opiate, you're on an opiate. And the thing I keep bringing up to my colleagues is, well, why is it you can't be a doctor, a lawyer, an airline pilot and be on these medicines, and yet it's okay for our patients? It's not okay to be a professional and be on these things, but for everybody else, it's okay.
Yeah, you couldn't drive. You couldn't even drive a bus and be on this stuff.
Well,
right?
yeah, you possibly could, but
really,
you certainly couldn't fly an aircraft.
Hold on, I got to make. All right, I got a plan now.
Good.
I want to drive a bus. Yeah. I want to get on this Boxapine. Hey, Jason.
Yeah.
All right, so maybe you should look at getting off the heroin replacement drug. Can you do that?
Well, I've been in and out of recovery, and when I say that, Dr. Drew, I mean absolutely sober.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Nothing at all. And
if it didn't work for you, listen. It's not there. This is why there are treatment options. Some people, Suboxone and methadone can be life-saving. I understand that, but you're going to be chronically ill, and Levitra and Cialis is something you may need the rest of your life in order to have an erection because the Suboxone. Or try to reduce the dose of the Suboxone anyway.
How does heroin give you erectile difficulties? You don't hear about it that much.
Let's put the people on heroin are not having sex.
They're not.
They're just interested in the heroin.
Yeah, I mean that just takes precedent over everything.
Mm-hmm.
Any drug problems in Duran, Simon?
What now?
In general. I mean, I never.
Only we can't get any.
I didn't hear.
In general,
I don't know. I didn't hear lots of stories, even back in the '80s when everyone was doing mounds of coke.
Stuff, and maybe there's a bit of that going on, and there was a bit of a problem. And to us at the time, it seemed like a big problem, but actually, you know what? When you look at what other guys and other bands did, we thought, wow, we got off lightly. But then the thing about us was we always had such a tight work schedule. Mm-hmm. It's actually, although people say that, a lot of people turn to drugs that are going to help them through the work, it would just screw you up so completely that you weren't able to do your job. I mean, there were times when we were working sort of an average of 6 days a week for 3 or 4 months on end.
Right.
And we are getting up early in the morning and getting to bed late at night. You don't have time for this stuff. You just fall asleep dead flat.
Right.
It's tiring.
Yeah.
I think it was only when we had a bit more time on our hands that anybody kind of sort of that stuff started happening.
Yeah, well, you guys were young when you had a ton of success and obviously a ton of money, early age, and the devil will make one.
We tried stuff out. We tried a lot of things out. We were experimental,
but just
people,
never took.
And we were inquisitive, and we wanted to find out. And there was this great kind of sort of mythical history of the connection between drugs and rock music as well. And wanted to see if it was true. I mean, I just found it just closed all my real artistry down completely, and I wasn't able to create at all.
Yeah, and that's so mythical, by the way, because I treat lots of rock stars, lots of them.
Right.
The myth is that it helps you.
And that's what I mean. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
I feel we got to take a break, but it's sort of like when you hear about these athletes who had coke problems, these world-class athletes who ended up having a drug problem. No one's going to argue that the drugs made them better athletes. They were so good that in spite of being drug addicts, they were able to perform.
Well, that's the thing. Right. I mean, any drug completely impairs your physical performance.
You're on drugs.
Yeah. So the thing is Lawrence Taylor is a Hall of Fame linebacker and was able to do a mound of coke and go out and get 3 sacks on Sunday. The coke he wouldn't have gotten 1 sack if he wasn't on the coke. He may have gotten 5.
Right.
Exactly. He was just that superior that he was able to do that.
It just makes you think you're better.
Yeah, and that's the stuff you can do, by the way, when you're 23. You just can't do it at 43. We got to take a little break, Drew. I know we have Heather, who's had a vaginal rejuvenation.
So she had the operation that I did today.
Right, but not the exact same
one.
We'll
see, maybe.
No, the exact same one?
I didn't do her surgery, no.
All right.
It wasn't done today.
All right. Simon LeBon here from Duran Duran. We'll hear something off of the new CD.
Great.
And all that after this.
If you need help,
call Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191.
Hey, Loveline fans, remember that every night this week we will be giving out the new iPod Shuffle and certificates to download 20 songs from iTunes. Be sure to listen early in the show when we name the iPod Shuffle artist and song of the night. The song will be randomly played during the show, just like the iPod Shuffle plays songs. When you hear it, call in and mention iPod Shuffle, and you will be the winner. You're going to love these things. My kids are dying for one of these. They keep pointing at the TV. Daddy, All right. Well, now I've got one. I loaded my favorite tunes, and it plays different order every time I use it, and I love it. Hey, guys, Dr. Drew here. And look, I may be a nerd, but I'm a retard when it comes to technology. And even I can handle this iPod Shuffle. It holds up to 240 songs, and it starts at only $99. 12-hour half-life, and it weighs as little as a car key. It's really an amazing thing. It's actually easy to put the music on the iPod. You plug the iPod in the computer, and a special iPod Shuffle screen shows up. You have the choice of letting the Shuffle pick it for you, or you can check a specific playlist. I prefer the playlist that gives music that puts people to sleep, because I put this on the plane. I don't like hearing the plane engine. This is the perfect thing for travel. It changed my life if I could just wrestle it away from my wife and kids. iPod people, if you're listening, we could use 5 in my family. Please, I'm begging you. Sound quality is amazing. You can't believe that this kind of sound comes out of something the size of a pack of gum. And for those of you that are retarded like me that have sort of anxiety about taking the plunge into digital music, this is the way you get in. It's easy. Plug it in. Self-explanatory. Go for it. You will not be disappointed.
Get your questions ready. More Loveline coming at you in a few. New Rock 107.3.
Hey, everybody.
You don't have to be on it.
Not the tirade.
It's Loveline. Come on, buddy. You got to stand by it. Yeah, you know what's awesome? Simon LeBon here tonight from Duran Duran. You forget in this business, Drew just went on a minor hissy fit
that wasn't a hissy fit.
Minor.
It wasn't a hissy fit.
He blew off a little.
It was
steam.
a rant.
He blew off a little steam.
It was a major rant.
It was a rant.
But it had direction. It had purpose, and it was cohesive, and it made sense, and actually very entertaining. I have to say.
And it was much like this fine wine that Simon poured for us. It was assertive without being pushy.
A little acerbic, but
I enjoyed it. Yeah, you have to remember in this business. I did this god awful cracker commercial in the South.
And before you say that, these guys are going to be on Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
Right, yeah. I did this this commercial in the South just for the money. It was a radio spot. Anyway, the point is I had the mic on me. You know, they leave the mic on you. They put the little mic pack on you, and then you take a 10-minute smoke break, and you head outside, and you're standing with your agents like, these Nimrods couldn't find their asshole if I mailed it to them. Now, Jesus Christ. And then after about one of my 10-minute just Mussolini-like rants, the sound guy comes by and does the thing where he points at his headphones, you know. Yeah, you're still on. And all the guys are wearing the headphones. They're 10 feet away, and I'm like, Dixon, I can't get out of this armpit fast enough.
There's one thing worse than that, though, is when you do a rant and you think people are hearing it, and then they tell you the microphone's not switched on.
Yeah, although better in the long run.
That's kind of what Adam goes through life. People kind of click off, and he goes.
I wish if I hadn't.
Did you catch that? We did Jimmy Kimmel tonight.
Yeah. Jimmy, where'd you guys play, by the way? Did you do the outside, the inside?
Inside, at the theatre on is it Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was fantastic.
Now did you?
One of the best TVs we've ever done.
Did you play for a while? Did you
played live? We played. We carried on playing afterwards.
No, they're playing inside.
Oh, wow.
I think they took out the outside theater.
It's a bit. I think it'd be a bit chilly, wouldn't it? No?
Yes, it would. Yeah.
No, we like it inside. But I think rock and roll is it's like a kettle. It needs a lid on it.
That's on tonight, by the way, at 12:06, and one of the better shows, or the best.
The best show was the Staples Center on Saturday night, but this is a TV. Mm-hmm. And it was one of the best TV shows. It was
good.
Definitely
very positive.
Yeah.
Is this one of the best
it's
radio
great
shows
playing
you've
live
ever
on
done?
TV. You know, I went through 2 decades of miming.
Really?
And it was horrible. Everybody used to mime. I mean, there's this big thing about Ashlee Simpson. Everybody used to mime.
Well, what would you
everybody.
do?
I mean, you know, the Beatles have mimed before now.
Yeah, that's just how they would do it. I mean, if you did American Bandstand or something, you would just sing along with yourself.
Playback.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work? I'm curious. Like, the drummer's drumming, right? Mm-hmm. He's physically playing live.
Yeah.
But nobody else is?
But is he mic'd up? Is the drum set
No, they have
mic'd
what they have when you do playback. You have dummy mics. You just play the record and you do the stuff, but the sound feed just comes straight from the record.
Right.
So
there's a microphone and everything. I had a great one in Italy one year. It was about 1984, and it was this big festival called the San Reno Festival, and I was doing Wild Boys, and I kind of did this kind of David Bowie move where you kind of put the microphone stand over there and put it back to sing. You went like that and look the other way, and as I put it back, the mic slid right out of the microphone stand and went landing about 12 feet away over there. And I cracked up laughing, and the music still went, Wild Boys, never lose it. It was just so funny.
But how do you know the difference? I mean, obviously you're playing concerts at the same time, obviously live concerts, and then you're doing the lip sync thing on occasion. Yeah. How do you know which is which? How do they define that? I mean, if it's TV,
I mean,
I know you know.
Now we really, it's a kind of band rule that we don't do lip syncs anymore.
Yeah, my feeling
because we find they're cheesy.
Yes. There's something, it's really
it's not real.
It's what makes humans humans, that you can somehow tell, even if it's the guy and everyone's doing everything exactly the same. But you're singing. At least you don't have to fake like you're playing the sitar or something. You know, that would be obnoxious. You know what I mean? Like the poor guys that have to really just pound away on the guitar during the solo, that's... When that thing ain't plugged in, how's that work?
Well, what you actually do is if it's in a band, you often get guys changing places. So the drummer plays the guitars, and we mess around. You play jokes, yeah. Right. You play jokes. I mean, that's generally what you do when you get bored anyway, isn't it? You come up with things that make you laugh. We do anyway.
I was watching, I think it was a Britney Spears concert on, I don't know, it was a Showtime or HBO or something, and she was lip-syncing, which...
Live, on the stage?
Live on stage.
See, that annoys me.
I
actually think kids are being ripped off in the audience. I feel that that's wrong. I think that's misrepresentation. Now, I'm not being judgmental here.
Yeah.
Am I?
Well, that's...
I think that's wrong.
That's
I really... I think that's... No, I think that's...
No, it is.
It's fraudulent.
You're paying...
It's fraudulent.
You're paying a scalper, $1,500 to see a live
to see
show.
somebody performing,
right?
Like their stuff, and I
totally agree.
I hate that.
But especially when they take advantage of it, which is this one thing where she's got that microphone that's put on her like a time-life operator, and she sprints up an entire flight of stairs. There must have been 35 stairs. She just sprints up to the top and then gets to the top and does this. If I had that mic up there, first off, you'd hear wheezing.
I know.
There'd be like a oyster flying out of my mouth. Like you can't sprint up a flight of stairs and not miss a beat singing the entire time. You got to hear the. You can't and you can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm calling her a cunt.
You can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Here we go. Take a call.
All right, let's take a call. Oh, we're going to hear something off of the astronaut CD.
Yeah.
We're going to take one call and then we're going to hear a song from
Duran Duran tonight too. Heather,
what's up, Heather?
31.
Hi, you guys.
Hey.
Hello.
Pleasure to finally talk to you after many years of listening.
Cheers.
Anyways, Dr. Drew, I didn't know what you did today. I didn't tune in to the beginning of the show, so I don't know if you did the hymen. Did you witness that today?
I didn't. I had a patient get a hymenoplasty, but mostly I did a sort of perineal reconstruction and a posterior repair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No, I didn't have that done. I just had the outer lips and the inner lips redo.
Right. With the laser?
Yes.
We did that too. We did a reduction of the inner lips, and it's amazing how did you have to go under anesthesia for that? Yeah, it's pretty non-traumatic. I mean, it's amazing how much the laser is able just to zip that stuff off.
You do the inner when they're passing the outer. I mean, when they're out.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I did it, because
you bring them in.
Right.
My outers were normal, but then I had kind of like the inners long.
Did you have liposuction on the outer?
No, he did the same laser on the outside. He kind of, but not as much as obviously the inside.
Right. They sort of just bring them in.
And did it bother your boyfriend or your husband, or was this more about you?
Actually, I was single at the time, and I did it for myself and not for anybody else. So
I interviewed a bunch of guys, and I could not find one guy who had issues with this. The guys were like, "Hey, she's having sex with me."
My boyfriend actually, some of my ex-boyfriends that heard that I had done it, they were like, "Why? You're fine down there." But I had done it for myself.
This is that female thing about why do you wear the lingerie? So I feel sexy.
Yeah.
Because if they don't feel sexy, they ain't gonna have sex.
They can't get turned on.
And if the guy doesn't go, "Oh, honey, I appreciate how bad that must feel," they're mad.
Yeah, I know, but it's a weird balance between this. First off, I think they protest too much when they pound home, "I did it for myself. I did it for myself."
They did it for but they didn't do it for the guys because the guys don't care.
I know, but I think the truth lies somewhere in between, because it seems like a mantra with women. I wear the lingerie for me. I got the vagioplasty. I did it for me. I did it for me. But
there's a piece of that where
you did it for you because you feel insecure when you're nude in front of your partner.
Because they can't believe that the guy isn't experiencing it the way they do, even though he is not.
Right.
And that's the in-between part. Women refuse to accept how the male brain works. They refuse. That's it.
Yes,
period.
you're right.
I wear lingerie, so I feel sexy to me, so I look good to you, even though you don't care.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Drew, does everything have to be about you?
Everything.
Can we just stick to
I
the
like
caller
lingerie,
for a
by the
second?
way.
You like lingerie?
I love lingerie.
So,
Yeah.
do.
Simon likes
But-
that.
Don't get enough of it.
You like
Your
wearing
wife
it?
doesn't do it for
no,
you.
I don't.
She
I
does
know.
it for
You know
her.
what? I know. I've never been into wearing it, but there's some guys in my band do.
Yeah, sure. I know Warren does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he wears everything.
Yeah.
Or nothing.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's do a
Whatever
song.
it is.
He'd wear a sausage skin.
He wears casing. He wears intestinal casing. It's awesome.
Nice.
Linked together.
Intestinal casing.
All right, let's hear a little something new from Duran Duran. Chris, how you feeling, buddy? You ready to go? This is off of Astronaut, and it's called What Happens Tomorrow. Another good one from Duran Duran.
Thank you.
Where does it end?
We don't want it to end. We want to carry on. I was having a conversation with an old fella by the swimming pool, the hotel I'm staying at today. His name's Lenny, and he's a percussionist and pianist, and he's here. He was here for the Oscars with his daughter, who was up for an award, and he's, I don't know how old he is. He may be in his 60s, maybe in his 70s. And I said, oh, well, he retired a long time ago. And he said, don't say that. I didn't retire. I just don't tour anymore. I go and play shows. And that's one thing I love about what I do, is you can really carry on doing it. You know, it's great.
No, I mean, longevity, it is not like being an athlete, and it's not even like being a construction worker, where you just get, you throw your back out, or, get get run over by a jack or something. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. Simon here from Duran Duran, and we'll be right back after this. Hey, everybody, it's Loveline. I'm Adam, that's Dr. Drew, and Simon is here from Duran Duran. New-ish CD. I'll call it brand new.
No, it's new. It's new.
New for Duran Duran.
In stores now.
Astronaut, yeah. Go get it. And
that's about as hard sell as I can get.
Watch the guys on Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight. And as everyone, I don't want to get into finances, but everyone's set for money, right? I mean, you play, you tour.
Oh, you mean we're okay?
You're okay.
Yeah.
You play because you want to play.
We've got a point to prove, and there's more to it than that. It's not just because we want to play. It's just I think we got back together because we were at a point. I think we all reached a point in our lives where we looked back and we thought that was great. I'd like to have another go at that, and I'd like to kind of now, 17 years on, forget about the bullshit that happened towards the end.
That's all right. That's all right. Keep going. I don't want to stifle you.
Sorry,
that's okay.
I mean, yeah, okay. Anyway, so yeah, we were able to get together. Nobody had anything on, and we had something that we had something to achieve. We had music to achieve, and we set ourselves this goal of just getting ourselves in a studio and writing some music and seeing what it sounded like. Did we still have that magic? And there's John. I mean, when I first talked to John about it, he said, "I don't know if we could write anything like that again. I don't know if we'd have that magic, that spark." And really, Nick and I convinced him we had to do that, and we all got together, and wow, it was amazing to hear the music it was like turning the taps on. It just poured out and out. It was fantastic.
And was everybody in the same mindset? I mean, was everyone had long enough off? Was ready to go? Was there anyone you had to drag back into the mix?
No, it was 24 hours from one phone call until a definite commitment from every 5 member.
I just remembered that Simon's people were here at the beginning of the show saying he's got to leave by 11.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll talk for another...
Is that because I said bollocks?
Yeah, that's because we're kicking you out.
Talk for another 33 seconds, and then he can go. Leave the bottle behind and hit the run.
Right, okay.
No problem with that.
I'll pour myself another small glass, and the rest is yours.
We will, thank you. Drew, I'll let you you sniff the cork.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Spinal Tap album?
Yeah, I think that's Smell the Glove.
Oh, smell.
We always good
it's
to
kind of pastel kind of black, isn't it?
See our friend Simon Le Bon and wish Duran Duran much success. Not that they really even need it anymore.
No, that's not true.
It's always nice.
We love playing. Nice. We love making a connection. We make good music. We make something that's important to us, and we try and help people. What good music is? It's something that helps people feel good about themselves.
Absolutely, and it touches. It runs deeper than any science book can ever explain, right? So in a certain
heavy.
Well, no, but I mean in a certain sense, more important than many things.
Yes, true.
Because it hits everyone
what
universally.
Schopenhauer said that.
We did.
Famous
philosopher. Schopenhauer. Gonna write that down. We're going to take ourselves a little break. We'll say goodbye to Simon. God bless you. Thanks for coming in. Name of the album is Astronaut, and they're on Jimmy Kimmel Live tonight. We'll take a quick break. Be right back after this.
New Rock 107.3.
Always so friendly. Always so humble. Just
regular guy, regular chap.
He's got a good vibe to him. Always has. Would be easy for a guy like that to be filled with attitude, but no. so much nicer when guys that, we get guys in here that haven't sold that many records, are feeling a little insecure. Nickelback. Feeling a little bit insecure about their position in the rock world, and then come and overcompensate. Yeah. It's nice. It's sort of like a lapdog doing a lot of barking.
Right.
It's sort of like a guy who doesn't have the goods, feeling he has to pick a fight with everybody.
Right.
It's kind of human nature. The nicest, calmest, softest spoken guys in the world always heavyweight boxers.
Yeah.
They're
they don't have to be
nice.
Yeah.
They seem very relaxed, very friendly, and secure. And it's kind of nice when a guy's sold 100 million records comes in here and he's just sort of
really, you think it's that
sort
much?
of friendly.
Probably is, huh?
I don't I don't know how many records Duran Duran has sold. Probably exaggerating, but I would say
millions, tens and tens and tens of millions. You're right.
I would say it's hard. I mean, first off, you're surprised that Linkin Park has sold 10 million records.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But not that we have anything against Linkin Park, but
Duran has
not been around
every
for
country
20
in the
years.
world. Right, 20 years to every country in the world.
Yeah. This isn't. This isn't their. They're not from here.
Right.
So I'm just wondering. Yeah. Hey, Engineer Chris.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Do you know what a record is?
Yeah.
Get on the World Wide Web there and see if you can find out
this internet thing.
Yeah, see if you can find out how many records they've sold. I would guess somewhere in the. I'm going to go 30 to 40, and hopefully it's going to be 55
in the United States.
You never want to go the other way. No, just worldwide.
Okay,
it's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, United States, it would be
crazy,
fifth of the population.
Right.
All right. Let's talk to. Are we forgetting anything?
No. Oh, do we have to mention the iPod Shuffle?
I don't know.
This week we're giving away a shuffle and 20 free songs from iTunes. The way to get it is to call LOVE 1-800-LOVE-191 when you hear the song tonight, Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. Mm-hmm. Now, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
How is that going to work?
For the delay?
For the rest of the country, yeah.
I have no
Only
idea.
people west of the Mississippi can win.
Well, they're the only people who deserve iPods.
You know what I mean? Because people are going to call them tomorrow night and go, I heard Boulevard of Broken Dreams. The screeners are going to go, yeah, great. Brian's getting them tonight from last night.
Here's how I look at it. People west of the Mississippi need an iPod. People east of the Mississippi already have one, and people actually on the Mississippi have a
barge pod.
No, they have to have Victrola hanging around their neck.
Yeah.
Well, on a leather strap.
Nice. So they have to crank.
That's their iPod. They just have the actual horn right in their face.
Nice. That's good times.
Have to crank it every once in a while. And they have wax records.
Ooh, yeah.
The cylinder shit.
Yeah, the cylinders, yeah.
All right. Let's keep on keeping on and speak to Michelle, who's 21. Michelle?
Hello, how are you doing tonight?
Good, hold on. People don't write songs about rivers anymore.
No.
I like to get back to the time when people just stared at a river and said, I got to write a song. They don't even do oceans or lakes. Used to be they would write a song about a river. They would write a song about a lake.
The Old Man River.
Probably 100 Mississippi songs.
Yeah.
Nobody...
Rivers aren't so interesting anymore. I mean, things used to... You know what the river became, the songs? It became songs about the highway.
Yeah.
That's what it became.
Yeah, rambling songs.
Because the river was sort of something you traveled down.
Yeah.
And then it became the highway.
Right. And then there's a very confusing rolling on a river.
There was a combo.
Yeah, that's rambling in water.
Right.
That's aquatic rambling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how that rolling on a river thing ever really worked out.
Sounded good, though.
Yeah. Maybe they're talking about a paddle wheel. Wow, this is heavy. Michelle?
Yes. It's funny that you should mention rivers, by the way. I was calling because I was listening earlier to the girl who had multiple orgasms, and I actually do that. But my thing is sometimes it gets so intense that I have, I guess, an excessive amount of liquid that comes out.
You're a gusher. You gush.
Yes.
Do you urinate?
I'm actually not sure. That's kind of my question.
Because I asked that question of the gynecologist today. I was saying, how do you tell whether it's orgasmic incontinence or female ejaculation? Because some women have both. And she said,
or one or the other.
Right? How do you know which it is, or whether it's both?
But when you say, is there all of the above? Can you do the urine one time, the fluid the other time, and then a mixture of the two a third time?
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
Keeping the man guessing.
Yeah. And so she said, something I'd said was basically eat some vitamins or eat some asparagus and then smell.
Right.
And if it looks, it's yellow and smells like asparagus, it's urine.
Yeah. You can also drink yourself a nice, eat a few beets. I'll tell you, too.
Nice.
But go ahead, Michelle.
Is it a problem if you do, if you urinate? Because I've I don't know, I've smelled it before and it didn't really smell like anything.
It probably isn't. It probably is ejaculate. And guys, again, I did a lot of interviewing guys this week about this, and guys are kind of into it. Guys, and their thing is well, it's cool if I make her do that. No one else can do it. I can do it. Yeah. Then I'm in.
Right.
So
okay, because I had an ex-boyfriend that was not actually at all. He was the first guy that I've ever done that with in my life before I didn't know that I could do that, and he kind of freaked out a little.
Yeah.
How did that go down? What were you doing when you learned? I mean, what did he do to you to make you do that?
Well, we were just having sex, actually. He was on top, and I just had, the most amazing, intense orgasm. It was just a lot of built up, and then it kind of was just like a release, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That's a way of explaining it. And he kind of freaked out.
Really?
He was very
uncomfortable. What kind of puss would do? First off,
that's my reaction too. What kind of puss would react to that?
Well, even if you want to, it's sort of like, you see your friend's a new infant and the kid vomits, and you go ooh, gross.
You make a big deal out of it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's disgusting. No. Just even if that's your impulse,
you don't.
You just don't do it.
And by the way, if it's your impulse, you're a suspect.
Well, I mean, it might be your impulse to sort of react to something, but you certainly don't voice it to the girl who's, feeling vulnerable and insecure and, just wants a spoon. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the highest quality of guys, so.
There you go.
Yeah, but, that's everything, too. When the guy can really give you a world-class bang-a-roo that way, his confidence levels run pretty high, so you know what I mean? He becomes like a rock star. He doesn't have to apologize to anybody.
I see.
All right, so
Rambling, man.
This is the way you are.
And it's good times.
And that's fine. You just find a guy you're all right. And just do me this favor. Let's see if we can lay down a few quick ground rules with this. Whatever guy you're with and this happens with, just tell him it's the first time it's happened. Because that is going to be the difference between
him having a reaction, a negative reaction,
a victory, and a top 10 finish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's a victory, he's going to say, only I do this to you? Now it's good.
Really? It really is.
Yeah, I know.
It really is. If you are with a guy and it's every time this happens with a guy, I'm embarrassed, and the last guy didn't really like it, and then the guy before did kind of like it, and then this other time when I was actually with both of them at the same time, the one of them started crying, and the other one held his hands over his head and started shouting to the heavens. Yes.
Whatever happened to that, by the way?
That victory thing where you clasp your hands and go on each side
of your ear.
Your shoulder and your other shoulder. I still do it. I'm bringing it back, by the way.
Oh, my God.
I'm attempting to bring that back.
Oh, that's, yeah.
All right, my point is if you tell a guy this happens all the time, or it happens to other guys, or bugged other guys, or my dad and brother hate it, he's going to be freaked out. Yeah. If you say to him, my God, this has never happened, that was amazing, he's going to feel like he's on top of the world.
And he's never going to want to stop doing that to you.
Right.
It's not going to bother him.
Absolutely.
Although, I was even questioning guys about oral sex, and they were like, no, it's all right. Passionate men.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of guys. But I've always said, when, no big deal, whatever, you deal with it. And you said guys would have a problem with that.
I said it would get old.
I found some guys that said that, but most were like, again, they just, I do that? I'm just me? Oh, it's game on.
Yeah. I mean, just practically, okay, you're watching TV, you're getting a little amorous, you want to get it on the sofa, it's faux suede.
Get the towels.
What do you do, throw the sports page down under her ass? You know what I mean? I mean, just practically.
I
You're in a hotel. You had to go grab the floor mat from the bathroom and spread that out over.
I was talking to a couple who she did both, and so they were used to throwing the tarps down, and the tarps couldn't contain it. It was flowing off the bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when she started questioning
what it was,
whether she was comfortable with this or not.
Yeah. All right. Well, I hear if you eat a couple of charcoal briquettes before you get intimate, that helps with the problem.
You stuff them in, or you?
You stuff one in. One goes in orally, and the other one, pow.
Okay. One goes in the vagina. Yeah.
That's right.
And the kitty litter, wherever.
That goes down on the sofa.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah. Chris.
Yeah.
Always taken by surprise. It's awesome.
What are you doing there?
I'm actually looking at Duran Duran's timeline on one of these websites. There's a lot of websites.
I thought.
But there's no one that says how many records have been sold by Duran Duran.
There's no one except for the one Drew could find in 11 seconds if he walked over there.
Well,
no? I know it sounds
He will.
condescending.
He will.
Drew will. I know. That's the point. You can find
I have
out.
faith in him.
You can find out how many they've sold.
I will.
All right.
Give him a break, Adam. Come on, you'll find it.
I'm working on it.
All right.
That's why I wasn't listening to you.
No, I know, but you're in some Duran Duran chat room talking to a 14-year-old in Wisconsin. I need numbers, buddy.
No, they're older now.
Okay, but the point is I know you actually went back to 1986.
No, you know what? I meant to bring this up sometime, but the young ones are back into it again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the 80s are very cool for like the middle school age.
There's also a weird attraction. I don't know if this works for everyone, and maybe I'm dating myself, but when I was a kid, I don't know, 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever, 50s music was cool to listen to, like Elvis, listen like Hound Dog and stuff like that. It was almost not only was it fun, but there was a novel factor to it. Yeah. All right, time to play a little Germany or Florida. We got Jared, who's 18. Jared?
Hi.
What's up?
Germany or Florida. So when John and Linda Dollar were seeking to adopt more children a decade ago, social workers regarded them as model parents, well-to-do, well-meaning folks who raised their 5 children with love. Now the couple stand accused of monstrous acts against 5 of their 8 children, who told investigators they were starved, shocked with a cattle prod, beaten with a hammer, and had toenails yanked out with pliers.
Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go Florida. We're going Florida on that.
Okay, you guys got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Jared. Mm-hmm. That was quite a challenge. You got 3 syllables in Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way to have done that would be somehow just...
well, not give the names.
No names.
John and Sharon Johnson.
And give a little cultural twist to it of some type,
Well, hey, look,
the constables were contacted.
The name... What was the guy's last name? Jackson?
Dollar.
No, but John.
Yeah.
Wasn't...
Dollar.
Yeah, well, it wasn't Helmet.
And it was not Deutschmark.
Oh.
His last name was Dollar.
Oh, his last name was Dollar.
You know what he said? I think.
Well, I didn't even put that part together. Jared?
Yeah.
What was, how they spell the last name?
Dollar.
Wow. Have a bong load for us tonight, Jared.
No, I don't.
No, he's not a bong guy. He's
really?
No.
No, pot brownie guy.
Nope. No, I don't do any drugs, actually.
Weisenheimer.
You know what I'd like? I would like to smoke pot brownies. That'd be my that's my eccentric thing. That
your starved thing.
Yeah, well, Carolla puts his stamp on it. He does a little thing a little differently. He actually takes the time to make up some pot brownies and then stuffs them into a bong.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about a pioneer.
You need a new bong with each pipe load.
Yeah.
I got it.
What do you got there, buddy?
In over 25 years of history, the band has sold over 70 million records.
70 million records.
That's right.
That is a lot of records. Yeah. 70 million records. Over 70 million records. And not an ounce attitude, anyone in that band. Yeah?
That's so nice.
Yeah, you got to be from the UK to pull that one off.
Yeah.
You sell 70 million records and you're from Idaho or you're from New York or something.
That's bad.
First off, you've blown yourself up on coke, many years ago, number one. Number 2, you just come in here and start trashing the place.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, you're Fletch.
Yeah, you're Fletch. Corey?
Hello.
Hey, you're 25. What's up?
Yeah, I had a question. What would be my health risk for when I get toward 40 years old? I guess I smoke over like 10 blunts a day, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
Blunts.
Like 10 cigars a day. I buy like a box of 60 and smoke it like in about 2 weeks.
Blunt tobacco.
No, like blunt, like weed, marijuana.
You put 10 tobacco.
But you gotta understand, it's a little confusing because blunt is
a cigarette.
Is a cigarette,
and sometimes they roll it and stuff.
But I don't smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke cigarettes like a lot, but I quit smoking cigarettes.
You know the thing about dumb people is they pile confusion on confusion.
Yes.
Even when you're trying to straighten something out, where you go like, it's confusing because you said, and they actually add another layer of confusion.
Yes.
They're like a horrible 7-layer dip of confusion.
They don't track. Yeah.
Right. So even I found this with my stoner friends. When you go back and try to sort something out or explain it, it becomes like, you know what it becomes like? It becomes like quicksand or flypaper or something. You actually get further engulfed in it. You actually get more effed up by it if you ever try to straighten things out.
Yes. Brilliant.
See, people that don't smoke a ton of weed, you can actually go back and straighten things out?
No. Yeah. But when you're a blunt smoker like Corey. No,
right.
No.
Because he would say, I buy a pack, 60 come in a pack, I smoke 10 a day. Sounds like you're smoking the blunts. Yeah. All right, so you smoke the weed and you smoke 10 a day.
10 joints a day.
10 joints a day. Is that right? Is that right, Corey?
No, 10 blunts a day.
There's blunts rolled in something?
And cigar paper, like a cigar Philly, like a cigar. Like the flavor, they make like sour apple cigar Phillies. And it's a cigar. And you take out the wrapping. I mean, like, use just the paper, and you put the marijuana in there. And just
we're hip. We're hip.
Okay. I got you.
So, yes, that's a severe addiction. The long-term effects are you're not going to have accomplished anything over that period of time.
How do you smoke 10 a day, though? I mean, it seemed like you'd have to be smoking most of the day.
You will.
If I'm not working, I'm smoking, pretty much.
You will have missed your development. There will be serious developmental issues, because I'm sure you started smoking when you were like 16. Yeah. And so you don't go through an adolescence as a result of that. The frontal lobes don't grow normally. Your affective.
He thinks you're talking about his ears.
Yeah, of your brain. Now, there's no known long-term damaging effects. It's not as though you have brain damage, but you have severe addiction. Well, you'll have depression, and you will not stop this on your own. You will either continue it or switch to something else.
Here's the long-term damage.
But I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, I know you don't until it stops working.
What do you do for a living?
Work home improvement.
What's that mean?
Like sidings and windows and like stuff like that.
Excellent.
I put up patios and stuff like that, all that stuff.
You do this like screened-in porches?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of siding do you put up?
Just all kind. I mostly like manage and I watch everybody. You know, I go to like they have like 5 people that do the job, and I travel to see if everybody's mostly doing their work. And, some days I pick, and I might go work, and it just all depends.
Who works?
How come there's nobody I ever speak to ever as an answer? Like they go like, I do finish carpentry, and you go, oh yeah, what kind of nail gun do you use? I don't really put up any molding or anything. I just turns out that I just sort of stand there, and you go, well, like if you're hanging a door, what do you? I don't actually do that.
That sounds like what's his name?
We never actually talk to the guy that actually does anything.
Right.
How does that work?
I don't know.
He's
out doing something, I guess.
All right, so Corey is supervising a bunch of guys.
So what does he supervise? I mean, Corey's the manager.
I'm guessing this is nepotism at work.
Yeah.
Is your uncle own the business?
No, it's a friend.
A friend owns the business.
All right. And so you just make sure the guys aren't putting the 16-penny nailer through their temple and putting the siding over the front door.
And I just give all the information back to the main boss, you know.
Right. All right, here's the thing. I don't want to, I don't want to bum your high, but here's the thing about weed. I got to give the speech about dumb people versus smart people and drug abuse. If you are somebody who's of average or less than average intelligence, you shouldn't be monkeying too heavily with drugs, because essentially what drugs do is they just they dull you. Here's what I'm saying.
If you're an 8-cylinder car, you're going to run on 4 or 5 cylinders.
Right. Here's what I mean. If you're a great athlete, but you're drunk, you'll be as good as a medium athlete. You know what I mean? A guy could beat you that wasn't as good as you, but you're drunk.
You're drunk, right.
All right, but if you're a great athlete, go ahead and dumb yourself down. Who cares?
Right.
But if you're a guy who's having a little trouble just jogging and you get drunk, you ain't making it off the sofa.
Right.
And that's my thing with drugs and dumb people. And we live in this society where, everyone's great, everyone gets a participation trophy. They're smart. Here's what we have. We're like Starbucks. They got large, extra large, and super large.
Right.
I'm sorry, but the first one's a small.
Right.
We have smart, smarter, and gifted.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, there are some dumb people out there.
No.
Shocking but true. I run across them every day. And if you're dumb and you insist on getting baked every day, you're going to go from dumb to unemployable.
Right.
That's how it works.
Right.
A dumb guy can, first thing you need to do if you're dumb is realize you're dumb. Don't mess with drugs. Get a job and fight to keep it. Now, if you're brilliant and you're a genius, and history's filled with these guys, raging alcoholics or drug addicts or whatever, still able to pen great novels, make money. Eventually they kill themselves when the drugs stop working, but they're able to have successful, fruitful careers. Dumb guys can't do that.
Also, some of the dumb thing you're talking about is unable to organize and motivate and pull things off.
Yes.
And definitely pot takes the wind out of those sails.
And here's the thing about pot. Whereas it may not necessarily make you dumb, I'll tell you what makes you dumb. Putting yourself in a box and burying yourself like a time capsule for 20 years.
That's
when you come out of it, even a smart guy's dumb.
That's what pot
You've not heard of anything.
Right.
Nothing ever catches. It just flows in and flows out.
And you don't develop during that 20 years. You just stay in a static. You don't grow. Your brain can't grow when it's under the influence like that all the time.
Right. I know plenty of super
you're
smart.
on drugs all day long. How can you have a life?
I know. Hold on, let me pour a little more red wine for myself. I don't want to keep this going. I definitely want to keep it going after the break. But listen, what's his nose from Duran Duran? Actually, it'd be great if I just remembered the Duran part of Duran Duran. What's his nose from Duran?
Call him Duran.
Yeah. No, Simon Le Bon came in here. He brought like $100 bottle of wine, and I'll be goddamned if I'm going to throw the mouthful at the bottom out.
Yeah.
And let one of the overnight guys fish it out of the dumpster.
No. Chris was eyeballing it, though.
Are you high? Yeah. I mean, you're looking at it's $100 bottle of wine. I just poured $18 into my glass.
That's right.
Now, what were we talking about? Abuse?
Wine.
My point is people kid themselves with the weed. I have friends that smoke a ton of weed, and I can tell the difference. But I will say this. I have smart friends that smoke a ton of weed, and I have dumb friends that smoke a ton of weed. And the smart friends that smoke a ton of weed are able to sort of almost overcome it.
Well, the strange thing about weed is that
they're that smart.
Is that if the effects didn't wear off, I don't think there are any pot addicts on earth that would go on to other drugs. They just love the weed. Right. Now, it does blunt their development. It does, sort of change their relationships and change, as you're saying, their work ethic and their ability to sort of carry on and develop. But, all right, if that's the choice they want to make. But the fact is it wears off. It starts causing problems with memory and initiation of behaviors. People always say they can't complete the jobs, and they can't get to school, and they can't get their resume completed, and they can't find their car keys. Well, that's the residual effects. And then it stops working, you start getting depressed, and you switch to something else.
All right. Let's, on the other hand, you got some... basically gimme gift job from your buddy makes you stand around and watch Latin guys throw up siding all day.
Where's Corey going?
Yeah, might as well smoke a blunt, call it a life.
Whatever. We cannot judge.
It's impossible.
Impossible.
I wish we could judge. Unfortunately, mathematically, physically impossible to judge.
It's philosophically impossible.
We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after this.
1-800-LOVE-191.
Loveline will be right back. Get your questions ready. More Loveline coming at you in a few. New Rock 107.3.
Yeah, Loveline. Madam, that's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. All right.
Duran.
Simon Le Bon still looks the same, too.
Yeah.
I was always hoping he'd, get all bloated and his hair would fall out and everything, but no such luck. All right, you ready to keep on keeping on?
Yep.
Speak to Paula, who's 26. Paula? Ooh. No.
Hello? Oh, sorry.
What's happening, Paula?
I'm just questioning Adam, I guess. Porn terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Boyfriend brings up the topic, the Dirty Sanchez. And I don't want to look it up on the internet because I don't want to see what it is. I don't
think that's really porn terminology. That's sort of a street terminology.
Did she say Dirty Sanchez?
Yeah.
Almost sounded like she said Santa. It's a totally different thing. It does involve the sack.
Does
I'll
it?
tell you that.
Nice.
I'll tell you, Santa. Yeah, a little eggnog.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, the dirty... I don't like getting into this stuff because I think it's ridiculous, and I don't think anyone ever does it, and I think they talk about it like they do it. I think there's something about putting your finger and rubbing it on the upper lip of the person and making a and there's a few of these out there. They're called things, and the guys claim they do it, and then they high five, but they never actually do, and I don't believe they ever did.
Cartoon activity.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Plus, I find it demeaning and derogatory to my Hispanic brethren.
Mm-hmm. He's talking about Senor Wences.
Yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Engineer Chris is half Mexican.
Yeah, I don't like this.
I'm guessing that's the half that lives at home and goes to junior college. It's hard to tell.
Dare you?
Yeah. Well, it can't be the Italian side, buddy. Come on now. That's Leonardo da Vinci over there. Yeah.
Let's get back to the caller.
You got the guy napping on a cactus. By the way, couldn't pick a better place to nap than leaning up against a cactus?
What else you can lean against in Mexico?
Well,
a rock.
I'd rather sleep on an iguana than a cactus.
Rock or cactus?
I'd still rather sleep on a rock than lean up against a cactus. All right. You got to be drunk, by the way, if you're going to fall asleep against a cactus. So, Paula. Yeah, I don't know what we've learned there, but it has something to do with putting the finger in the butt and rubbing it on the upper lip. It's all just sort of BS. I don't think anyone's ever done it. Victor?
Yeah.
You're 23?
Yeah.
What's up?
Really? 23?
Yeah.
All right.
Suspect. All right.
Suspect because his 14-year-old changed into a 19-year-old when you question him, when you asked him if he was 23.
Right.
All right.
Here we go. Or maybe not. Victor, you can ask
Yeah, I got a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Do you know if there's any side effects to wearing a penis ring to make you last longer?
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to the urologist about this, and he was saying they don't do a damn thing, basically. But
they don't.
You could... I suppose cause priapism and some damage to the veins in there and things by having it too tight or on too long.
Sustained erection?
Yeah. You can have erections that become painful and can't go down.
If you take the ring off, though, the priapism
but if you have trouble getting it off or something.
Well, getting the ring off?
Yeah.
Well, they have obviously it serves a function because it wouldn't have made it millions of years. I'm sure like the Egyptians and Greeks used to use something. Someone had it. Listen, 10 minutes after the Bronze Age kicked in, the C ring, probably the first thing. That's probably how the wheel was invented. It's like, hey, look at this. I called a C, and some guy steps up and goes, it's wheel, it's a genius. And he goes, no, it's going on the cart. No, I invented the wheel. Let it be known.
Yes.
Yeah, I say the wheel was actually a C ring.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, that's what I would do, too.
Yeah, well, a man would be apt to put his penis through something before he did anything else with it.
Right. Yeah, first...
It just flew off one day and rolled away, and somebody went, hey!
The world's first wheel was a C ring. Big rock C ring. But so here's the thing. They have that thing that helps for erectile dysfunction, that mechanical device, that vacuum device, where you put it on, you suck all the air out of the chamber, it gives you an erection, and then you snap the ring on.
Yep. They used to have those. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that does something.
Yes. Yeah, it does something. It doesn't do nothing. It's just something that, it sounded like there have been lots of damage from that. You know what I'm saying? You'd think there'd be more trouble if there were.
But, Victor.
Yeah.
23, what do you need one for?
Not that I need one, but I'm just curious about lasting longer. I've had a partner that we both, our timing was pretty much the same, but I have another partner now, and our timing is a little bit different. She seems to last longer than I do, so I was just curious about that. I'm trying to explore ways to last a little bit longer.
All right. Well,
I don't know that the C-ring gets you that much.
Yeah, it really does.
Duration.
It gives you more tumescence, more firmness during an erection, but doesn't necessarily make it last longer. And a lot of people don't understand that the erection is not caused by blood not getting out of the penis. It's by the arteries coming in, dilating up. So the inflow, it's an imbalance of in to out that blows it up. So there's more going in, not necessarily less going out. Viagra works by causing more to go in.
Right, but then once it gets in, it keeps it in.
There's a little bit of that, but for the most part, it says what's going in is just more than what's coming out.
All right. Let's like any good business.
That's right.
That's a model for any business. Right. Jessica?
Yes?
You're 20?
Yep.
You're in the OC.
Yeah, I'm driving.
What's going on? Do you live in Orange County?
Yeah.
There's really been put on the map lately.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I kind of grew up in Orange County. I grew up in Laguna Beach for the most part, and back then it was much more to it. You know what I mean? There was more of a cultural identity to it than what they're actually putting on the map now.
Why? What
it was more beach and surf. It was it was a California experience,
Yeah.
Not the sort of the rich and famous stuff that they got now going on TV.
Hey, Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
You got a question for us?
Yeah. Actually, I engaged in unprotected sex. It's during my cycle and everything, but
that's how they do it in the OC.
The OC, they do it only during menstrual flow.
That's only exclusively. You have to wait till your lady's on her period before you have sex. How they do it in the OC. Yeah. All right.
Hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
I was just wondering, actually, what kind of % chance there is of someone getting impregnated through that?
Well, it's obviously less than mid-cycle, but it's still possible.
Yeah, but it becomes sort of technically possible, but not
you ought to, if you're smart, you'll take the morning after pill anyway, just to take the risk down to a little bit next to nothing.
Are you multi-orgasmic?
In the past, but not on a constant basis or anything.
What does that mean?
I have before. I've had multiple orgasms before.
But not with the current guy, or?
Yeah, with the current guy, but it's not like all the time. It's like once every 4 months or something.
Once every 4 months?
Yeah.
And once every 4 months, all of a sudden, you go from, single shot Derringer to a
machine
Gatling gun?
Really, it depends. I mean, sometimes, yeah.
You understand, for a male, this is very confusing. We're just trying to get some clarity here.
Yeah,
if you're going for a while and you're into it, I don't know, things are different, night to night basis, I guess.
We don't know. That's why we're asking.
No, but I mean, I'm guessing somebody who
does it right,
gets it on during the menstrual cycle is someone who's good to go. Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess
not bashful.
Well, it's also one of those things where some women do it because many women have sex because it feels, the intimacy feels good, but they're pleasing their man. They sort of enjoy pleasing their man.
Yeah.
So if you have someone who's having sex during the menses, that means they're into it.
Yeah.
Because that's all the, you know what I mean? That's like someone likes their job when they come in sick.
Right. It's
you have an excuse to stay home. Right. If you didn't like your job, you would easily just call in and say, I ain't making it in.
Ask her.
But she likes her job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that right, Jessica? Is that you?
Yeah.
You like your job?
Yes, I like my job.
Are we actually talking about work now?
I think
I'm
so.
Confused. Your job is to have sex.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's your job. Fine. Wow. All right. You're hot, too, aren't you, baby? A little bit.
I guess so.
Yeah. Hot, free, Orange County. Yeah. Young, living the life.
Man.
What's your man do? Does he surf?
He's a carpet care guy. He cleans carpets.
Oh, man.
Adam. That's woo.
Yeah.
He's another Adam Carolla.
Yeah, I used to do that.
I used to clean carpets. Where and where?
And where?
Like what area?
Oh,
Edwards Air Force Base.
Yeah, the floor mainly. Yeah, I would. I was a rambling carpet cleaner because I'd be down at Edwards Air Force Base, like the Mojave Desert, one day, and then over at the Tony Roma's in Pasadena the next day.
Really? Oh.
Let me tell you something about cleaning carpets.
I didn't realize that Tony Roma's had been there long enough for you to be.
Well, maybe I was at the Tony Roma's on the west side. Look, here's the thing about cleaning carpets. Going to someone's house and cleaning their carpets suck. Going to a place that serves ribs all day, that carpet is a disaster. And that stupid carpet wand. The only good thing about carpet cleaning is once in a while we'd get dumped off at a Hamburger Hamlet or some restaurant. The manager just give you the keys, tell you to lock up. Because you'd have to go after.
Would you be with Ray then?
Yeah, be with one of my carpet cleaning buddies.
Ray,
we're Ray, Chris, all my degenerate buddies. And you just go.
Just a bacchanal in
They just tell you to lock up.
Did they come back and have
That was a scene. It was like Caligula.
Yeah.
It's just debauchery going on. It's awesome. Yeah, so it'd be 2:30 in the morning, and Ray fired up the grill. He actually had the grill happening.
Yeah.
I'm opening that sliding. Let me tell you something that feels good, everyone. I'll tell you something that's liberating. You go to those restaurants, used to be this old, sometimes diners and stuff have them, where they have that dessert display case. Got that sliding glass thing.
Kind of mirror behind it.
Big wedge of pie, big wedge of chocolate cake, the pudding.
The Cheesecake Factories kind of have
Tell you
that.
something liberating, sliding that thing back your own self and reaching into it. And then going over to the milk machine, that thing that just dispenses milk with the counterweight on it, just topping off, just putting your mouth under it. Yeah,
they have to do an inventory the next day after you guys finish cleaning the carpet?
They don't figure out how much milk they lost or how many hamburger patties were gone.
How many pies?
I'll tell you what. Once we cleaned this place called the Russian Tea Room it was in the Beverly Center or something. They left us alone. They had a full bar. So
no,
we got loaded. And
no,
I worked my way into the back into the kitchen after doing some good drinking, and found some cream puffs, some like pastries, some like Italian pastries or something. Yeah, I opened a walk-in refrigerator and found a bunch of pastries, and I remember eating them and giving them to the guys, and everyone was drunk, and then I remember and then we split. And then the next day, my boss called me and gave me one of those. You know that thing? My stepmom would do it to me every once in a while. My boss would do it. They know something, but they're not going to let you know how much they know.
Right.
They start poking around, and you don't know how much they know, and you don't want to lie to their face, but you don't want to give anything away either.
Right.
And they do this one. How'd the Russian tea room go last night? Good. If you say good like 13 times, they know they're strong. Good. You guys,
then you get off real quick. Fantastic. So what's up?
Yeah, so this one. Did you guys eat any pastries over there? And then I like the part where your memory is not so good. We may have had one. I'm so busy working. It's hard to tell if you actually ate a cannoli or not. But why? Yeah, maybe. Why? I found a case of cream puffs stuffed into the solution tank of one of the machines.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that my buddy Chris got drunk and was going to try to smuggle out a case of these pastries.
And just forgot about it?
And his idea was to shove it into the hopper tank of the machine, and we could
smart is that? Where all the
smuggle it
chemicals
out.
Go?
Well, it was empty.
But it
was in a box. Yeah. And then, of course, he was drunk, and he forgot that he stuffed it into the case. So when the boss cleaned out the van the following day, found a case of cream puffs.
Just for a second there, put yourself in the shoes of that boss. You got 4 JO guys going out and ripping stuff off.
He's ripping us off. I know, but $6 an hour.
A couple 19-year-olds running around town and coming back with contraband and stuff.
Listen, it was every man for himself.
But I mean, just imagine that guy, what he had to contend with. I mean, I'm sure he was no joy to be.
No, he was a rip-off artist.
But just think about what he was putting up with.
Screw him, though. Yeah, I know. Listen, you're only going to get criminals to clean carpets. I mean, when I went to Edwards Air Force Base, I went out there with a guy named Everlast from New York, not the guy from House of Pain, brother, and he didn't have a license. He was just smoking weed and driving a van 90 miles an hour. It was about 3 weeks later. Our boss, delighted, by the way, let us hear a message on his message machine. It was Everlast calling from prison, in for murder. One to put up $50,000 bail, in which case the boss just laughed about it. So that was enjoying. And I don't know if he's still in there or not.
Oh.
He just murdered a guy.
Huh?
Yeah, dropped me off at my house and then murdered someone.
That's good times.
And he was Employee of the Month.
In his own parking place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, let's take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you for calling Loveline. Your call will be answered in the order it seems interesting.
Call Loveline. 1-800-LOVE-191. Get your questions ready. More Loveline coming at you in a few. New Rock 107.3.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Loveline. Let's keep on keeping on. And
was that the Killers? No, it's Green Day.
No, it could be the Killers. I don't know, Drew.
Okay.
All right. I want to fire through some of these calls. Right. Let's talk to people who've been on hold the longest. Ryan?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Hi.
You're 19. You want to propose to your girlfriend on the air?
Yes, I do.
How dare you?
All night.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to say we've been together for like 3 years now. Mm-hmm. I've been dying to ask you this question for about...
No, you're 19. You're not getting married. No.
Well, hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on. Uh-oh. I've been drinking this wine Simon LeBon brought me.
He lives in Riverside. He's 19. He's not getting married. No way.
He can propose, and then they can get married in 6 years.
I am an objector to this marriage.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, what's your objection to it?
You're too young.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, that, yeah.
Well, let's hear about what's going on with your life.
Well, he was making the proposal.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we've been together for about 3 years
Here it
now.
is.
We never fight. I mean, we've clicked right away. We have so much fun together, and I just can't imagine my life without her.
All right.
On going into the Coast Guard at some point in time, and I wanted to ask her this before I left.
Is she listening?
Yeah, she listens every night. She loves you guys.
Oh, well, she can't be all bad.
Yeah.
When is you going into the Coast Guard?
As soon as I turn 20, it's on the 3rd. I'm going to go into the office and check it out.
On March 3rd?
Yeah.
Why?
So you're proposing now for something you haven't even enrolled for?
It's going to go to the Coast Guard and check it out.
Yeah.
Now, why didn't you check it out earlier? Don't you just have to be 18 to go in the Coast Guard?
I never really heard about it, and then I started watching shows about it, and it just really interested me.
All right, hold on a second. Obviously, the boy has a clear-cut plan, and you cannot argue with this kind of recipe for success, right?
Yes. He's got it well thought out, and what are you going to do?
Well, I mean, obviously the guy's practically a millionaire. I give it my blessing and say not only mazel tov, but huzzah. I like that better than hooray.
Yeah, huzzah is good.
Hooray sounds gay.
Yeah.
Hip, hip, huzzah, hooray. That's gay. But hip, hip, huzzah sounds like you're ready to go to war.
Or like you're Ben Franklin.
So, Ryan,
yes.
Here's the thing. You can propose to her. What is her name?
Stephanie.
You can propose to Stephanie, but there'll be no actual marriage until you get your future sorted out just a little bit.
Okay. I'll remember your words of wisdom.
Please, yes.
If you don't, Stephanie will. She'll put a
heading
stop
to the Coast Guard office to check things out.
Yeah, it's not exactly a recipe for a future...
No, that's right up there with... I'm thinking about putting an application in at Hot Dog on a Stick.
Yeah. Or I'm going to be an astronaut pirate.
No.
Yeah.
It's in the same range.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so, Ryan, go ahead and propose.
Stephanie Del Gesso, please.
The guy's going to meander into a recruiting office in a couple of weeks and check it out. The only thing worse than being in the Coast Guard is checking out being in the post. Right? Coast Guard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Ah, Drew. Now we got to take a break.
All right, here we go.
All right, we'll be right back after this. Not entertaining. Hey, everybody. That's it. I want to thank Simon LeBon for coming in here and being a delight. Always a delight.
Always, yeah.
Bringing some nice wine. I want to thank Daniel Nisimov for coming in here.
And winning the iPod.
Yeah, calling in and winning that shuffle. I don't know why I'm thanking him. We're giving him a free goddamn iPod.
There you go.
Yeah, he should kiss our ass. But the point
we're
is
leaving.
He's got it, and we're out of here. So until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.